Located on the eastern shore of the Black Sea, Abkhazia served for many years as a resort destination for citizens of the Soviet Union. Thanks to its unique geographical location on the western edge of the Caucasus, Abkhazia was protected from much of the cold weather that plagued the rest of Russia, and thus earned a reputation as literally the hottest resort destination in the entire Soviet Union. Looking back, it is no wonder that so many people cheekily referred to it as the Soviet Riviera. But beneath this glamorous facade lay a dark secret. During the Second World War, Joseph Stalin put his second command, Lavrentiy Beria, a native Mingrelian or Western Georgian, in charge of Abkhazia. Beria soon installed a system of harsh Georgification, in which all Abkhaz schools and the publication of anything in the Abkhaz language was strictly banned. It even got to the point where Joseph Stalin refused to deport any Abkhazians. He was convinced that within a few years, Georgification would wipe them out altogether. But they survived. And in fact, they thrived. However, by the end of the 80s, their number only was at 97,000, making them a minority in their own land. And many ethnic Abkhaz began to feel that their national identity consisted of a nation under siege. Throughout the 1970s, the first secretary of the Georgian Communist Party, Eduard Shevardnadze, attempted to reform Georgia from within, addressing corruption and, to a certain extent, Georgia's own role within the Soviet Union. Nevertheless, while he was busy addressing issues at home, an Abkhaz movement was growing in Sukhumi, the capital. This was the era of glasnost, the era of perestroika. It began after the deaths of Yuri Andropov on the left here and Konstantin Chernenko, both within 3 years of one another. Their preferred successor finally was picked by the Politburo, Mikhail Gorbachev, a reformer. As part of his reforms, Gorbachev promised more autonomy to lesser units in the Soviet federal system. For Abkhazia, this was definitely good news, and they took advantage of the situation repeatedly, asking for an upgrade in their autonomous status and/or annexation into the Russian Soviet Republic. With the failed coup in Moscow and Boris Yeltsin's aggressive leadership afterwards, the Soviet Union was at a crossroads. In Georgia, Zviad Gamaskardia emerged the victor, becoming president. From the very beginning, many doubted his credentials as a true leader. His increasingly authoritarian government, the arrest of several key ministers in his own government, seemed to many people to be the start of a police state in Georgia. Soon an armed opposition arose. Within days, Tbilisi became a bloody battlefield between supporters and opponents of President Zviad Gamaskardia. Gamaskardia fled west to Mingrelia. But hot on his tail was the military junta's new leader, Eduard Shevardnadze. Shevardnadze was dogged in his pursuit of Gamaskardia's supporters, but paid virtually no attention to Vladislav Arzimba's declaration of Abkhazia's independence that same summer. The Georgian government concluded that acts of sabotage carried out along the western border with Abkhazia was being operated from Abkhazia itself, and thus sent troops there. At first, it seemed like an easy victory. The Georgians shot themselves in the foot. These words were broadcast to Abkhaz from Army leader Gia Karkashvili.
Алберт знает, с сегодняшнего дня я назначен командующим частей формирования правительственных войск Республики Грузия, которые находятся в регионе Абхазии. Первое, что грузинская сторона лично мне поручила Государственный совет.